God damn, man. It takes forever just to launch this fucking thing. We're back. I ate my lunch. I'm good. How are you? I'm fine. Oh. 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 Do I want to listen to this?
Guys, okay, listen. The H3 podcast, they're up to no good once again. They're doing more of that stuff that we've seen.
H3.
Co-host of the H3 podcast, wife to friend of the show, Ethan Klein. She's posted on Instagram stories praising the IDF. Yep. Hila climbed to her 775,000 followers, reposted an image from an Israeli propaganda account that shows a female Israeli Air Force pilot. Hila adds the caption, female pilot who participated in the attack in Iran. Israeli women are heroes. This post is, for a variety of reasons, absolutely batshit insane. Israel, as many of you surely know, is committing a genocide of the Palestinian people in Gaza. There's no real debate on what's happening there. It's a genocide. The United Nations, Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, Israeli human rights groups like B'Tselem, 15 out of 17 of the judges at the International Court of Justice, they ruled that Israel is committing a plausible case of genocide. That was over a year and a half ago, and Israel has only escalated its mass killing, starvation, and destruction. There's lots of ways that this is facilitated.
Yep, that's what it is. I mean, there's no fucking way around it. Anybody who's trying to say it's not, I'm like, well, then you're on their fucking side.
Tens of thousands of children. It consists of the use of starvation as a
it's like,
war.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro. It's a fucking genocide.
Currently using that control
and that's what they're doing. They kill people because they don't like them. Genocide. Like, we forgot what the word genocide means. They're like, oh no, what about the Jews?
Medication and anesthesia, so thousands of children are.
Oh, I can say some shit, but I won't.
One of the primary tools of this genocidal arsenal is Israel's Air Force. The aerial bombings are what have made Gaza look like this. All of the schools, hospitals, mosques, everything meant to provide the basic necessities for life in Gaza, including housing itself. Over 90% of the residential buildings have been completely destroyed. That's the Air Force. That's Hila's heroes. Now, admittedly, the pilot in this image wasn't killing civilians in Gaza, at least not on this particular mission. She was killing or participating in the killing of civilians in Iran.
It's all money for profit, murder for profit. That's what they're doing.
False pretenses that Iran
murder
was
for
on the
profit.
verge of developing nuclear weapons. This is a claim that's been made by Israel and many Western countries for decades, as we'll look at. But for now, the point is that this wasn't some cool, heroic mission that this pilot was on. It was an unjustified escalation and unprovoked act of violence against a country of 90 million people. Hila got some backlash for this post, praising the warmongering genocide army will do that. So she made a follow-up story doing what she claims is apologizing for what she said. She wrote, I would like to
maybe I don't have an
recent
open
story
okay.
about the female
Well, what the fuck, man? What do I have one?
It came off as glorifying violence, which wasn't my intention. I understand that's how it came off. I wanted to highlight the difference between women's lack of rights under the Ayatollah and women in Israel being given agency to even fight in combat. That being said, it's not the best timing or situation to make such a point. War is terrible and should never be glorified, and I'm very sorry for the post. You know, despite Hila's use of the word, this isn't an apology, it's a justification. Even though I didn't mention it at all or even allude to it, this post was actually about feminism. It was about women's rights in Iran and how I care about them, which is why I support them being bombed, apparently. If that is what she meant by her post and just completely failed to communicate it, it's not like that's any better, right? That's just girl boss imperialism. When Israeli women participate in Israel's violent lunacy all across the Middle East, bombing Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, and now Iran, they're actually doing feminism. This image comes to mind. I'm sure you've seen it. It's pretty much exactly like this image. This is Parnia Abbasi. She was a 23-year-old artist from Tehran. Israel killed her in these attacks, possibly the very attack that this girl pilot participated in. Is that feminism? Was the idea of liberating this young woman from the clutches of the Ayatollah? No, of course not. That's insane. But according to Hila Klein, they kind of were. You know, there's nothing in her apology that indicates otherwise. Vague condemnations of violence and war while praising the aggressors is not an apology, it's lip service. Hila's use of the word agency is interesting here too, I think, for a few reasons. If this is what agency is, you know, the right to participate in unprovoked acts of aggression and also genocide, then yes, that agency should be revoked, not just from the women, but from everyone, because genocide and unprovoked military aggressions that kill civilians tend to infringe upon the agency of others by killing them, and their families and destroying their lives. So if Iranian women do not have the agency to do that, then that is a good thing, because no one should. Calling it agency is also interesting when we consider that, Hila served in the IDF. The IDF, according to her own husband, is a terrorist organization.
So you think the IDF is a terror organization?
I said yes.
And so naturally, there has to be some excuse for her time.
Hey, what's up there, Wang Wan?
The excuse they use that is often repeated is that Israel has mandatory conscription.
Hila was doing mandatory military service. What should she have done?
Hila had no other choice. It was the law. She was just following orders. She had no agency, let's say. Now, this isn't exactly true, right? Because you can dodge service in the IDF with things like conscientious objection or medical exemption. The latter is what Ethan did or tried to do, apparently, and the former, well, nobody in Israel really does that aside from like 10 people, because most of them support the genocide, but you can do it, right? Now, Hila didn't, but even still, she did have some agency in the IDF. According to her, when she got bored of her desk job, she requested a transfer and ended up participating in at least one IDF raid on the illegally occupied West Bank in Ramallah, which they refer to as a terrorist city.
At first, I was given a role that was like in an office and somewhat close to my house in Tel Aviv, and it was super boring and I really hated it. So I tried to change my role. I somehow ended up in a better place that I liked a lot more. It was kind of like just more of an adventure, more of a different experience that I preferred than to just go to a boring job.
You told me once you went on like
Yeah, I want to blow up people. Way more fun.
City.
Yeah.
That was kind of a crazy story.
Yeah, my officers and like the soldiers in that brigade, they would go every night on
How are you? See you
raid.
later.
Yeah, that's that one.
So one time I wanted to go with them just to experience it.
Why, you just were all of a sudden had an urge to go with them?
I just wanted to see what it's like.
Right.
I wanted to see it. They took me with them one night, even though they weren't supposed to.
Hey, it was fun. I went out there with a whole bunch of fun. I
Did they
loved
put you
it.
in the same car with you?
No.
Great.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The specifics of this crime
Yeah,
have been
that's
left
crazy.
vague, but if
Oh,
it was
man.
anything
Killing
like
everybody and
these
everything.
raids usually entail, Hila is probably a war criminal. I mean, the West Bank is illegally occupied land.
Calling
Raids
her
like
a
this
war
are in
criminal, holy
violation
shit,
of
yeah.
international law inherently. So that's agency.
Calling her a
But
war
agency
criminal,
is
holy
well,
shit.
helping kidnap Palestinians from their homes in illegally occupied
Ain't
land.
wrong,
This is
but
just deliberate
oh
genocide
goddamn,
that's
dude.
being weaponized for imperial aims. It's kind of like the argument that Israel is a bastion of progressivism and gay rights. Hamas throws gay people off of roofs. Why do leftists support them? This is just a
Oh,
justification
I can't see nothing. What the fuck?
that for liberating queer Palestinians.
Okay, that add-on, no.
By killing them. There's a more subtle thing going on in these posts that I also want to talk about that relates to the broader media ecosystem on the issue of Israel's attacks on Iran. Manufacturing consent, we had a
Turn that the fuck off, no.
In Hila's post, she refers to Israel's strikes sort of vaguely as violence that's an aspect of war. This language is representative of a wider phenomenon in Western media, which is just normalizing Israel's crimes. Hila calls it violence, but it's not just violence, right? It's an unprovoked act of aggression from a genocidal state. It's not just war that's happening. Whatever Iran is doing now with its weaponry is responsive. It is in retaliation for Israel's unprovoked attacks. So even her last statement that war is terrible and shouldn't be glorified, that's not necessarily true, right? Like, no one has a problem
Hey, Mark the fucking...
fought the Nazis. The issue is when you start glorifying the Nazis. That's what this post is doing. Israel is Nazi Germany, and the IDF are the Nazi soldiers. That's the comparison that gets made. We commit genocide on ethnic supremacists, expansionists, and people grounds, because that was the Nazis' whole thing, right? Despite the mountains of evidence to the contrary, Western media outlets still overwhelmingly refer to Israel's genocide as a war against Hamas. But it's not a war, and it's not against Hamas, obviously. It is an extermination against the Palestinian people of Gaza. And calling it a war, using that word, is one method of obfuscating that reality. Depending on the person doing it, it happens for different reasons, to be sure. Some some people do it because that's their job. They have been and continue to be mouthpieces for the Western imperial agenda. Others do it because they have fallen victim to this sort of propaganda. It seems pretty hard to argue that that makes up a majority of people now, that people are just unaware and brainwashed given the two straight
Every time, man. Every time I'm in here.
we've all seen on our phones. But I also think that we do sometimes underestimate just how little of this coverage makes it to the average Westerner, and just how strong the media apparatus manufacturing consent for it is. But others still do this manufacturing consent because they fundamentally believe that what Israel is doing is just. And that's what Hila thinks. You know, given her non-apology here for calling the genocidal military heroic, and her repeated examples of running cover for the IDF, saying they don't target children.
You're excusing people being burned alive and kids being murdered. You're saying Israel does that on the daily. Now, I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that. So are you in favor?
Saying they don't target journalists.
I can't get any security assurances against Israel, obviously.
Well, it's not like look, it's not like Israel's going to do a precision strike on his song. They don't fucking.
Yeah.
But it is dangerous. It's a war zone. Like I agree. It's dangerous.
I don't think you guys understand
Yeah, it's a
Israel. It
different
doesn't work
war.
like that.
They're not. It's not. And regardless, I agree it's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
It's dangerous in a war zone. Not because Israel will like target.
Calling one of the primary architects of the genocide of Israel and then issuing an apology for that. We'll get into that in a moment.
Just the other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about, and he fired him because they had a disagreement.
Whatever the cause of this may be, though, the effect is the same, that people are being sold a moral justification for non-genocide, and many of them are buying. Israel is the aggressor, and in the case of these strikes especially, Hila's language falls in line with the broader Western political and media consensus. Israel strikes are being justified as a preemptive and active self-defense against the existential threat of Iran acquiring WMD, weapons of mass destruction. And we've heard all of this before. This was the pretext that the U.S. government fabricated for the invasion of Iraq. The U.S. military ended up killing hundreds of thousands of people. We now, for the most part, look back on the Iraq War as a mistake, for varying reasons, of course. You know, many in the U.S. cite the loss of, American soldiers. Sometimes they cite not the hundreds of thousands of civilians. Some estimates are but the same attitudes and justifications that were used then are being used right now for Israel's attack on Iran, which were undertaken, of course, with U.S. support.
Whatever you think about Israel, Iran is bad or worse. They are the fucking evil. They are the evil fucking. They are the reason for all this bullshit. Like Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis, they're all attacking under the direction of Iran. They are all these jihadists, fucking Islamists, like mega, like these ultra, I don't know how to say it, militant, super religious zealots, right? This is all coming from Iran, under their direction.
Iran is evil. They are terrorist jihadists. They are Islamic-style bad guys. These people would have cheered on the Iraq War, no question, just as they've run cover for Israel during the past 2 years of genocide. And in both cases, they will act as if they didn't do that. But they did. We've also been hearing the same thing about Iran for decades, both Israel and the United States.
If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a
All they're going to do, and eventually they win. Oh, they win too much. They win, kill somebody. It will make me a bomb. Any day now. Gonna happen.
weeks away from having the fissile material for an entire arsenal of nuclear bombs.
We're very close. We're 6 months away from being about 90% of having enriched uranium.
Watch your step.
Ladies and gentlemen, time is running out.
The time is running out. Oil will have a bomb.
The non-apology in his second post reminds me of the time that he was trying to non-apologize for.
I've been telling the same fucking lie for like 12 years.
Yoav Gallant being Israel's former Minister of Defense and one of the primary architects of Israel's genocide.
Just the other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about, and he fired him because they had a disagreement, and that's like so Trump code.
Well, he was like a moderating voice in the war room.
Yeah.
Whenever this instance gets brought up, Ethan and Gila claim that she apologized for this, but that's not true. This is what she actually said.
I feel like the reason I brought it up was mainly to express the frustration with Bibi and him firing the one guy that was somewhat, you know, attempting at moderation. It wasn't really so much to say, God is a good guy. I shouldn't have used that word. Bad choice on my part, because then I accepted said that I was not even that was not a great word.
So I shouldn't have used that word. It's not an apology. It's lip service. There's no way to spin Yoav Gallant as being a moderating voice when he quite literally did the genocide. You can't paint him with any sort of contrast to Netanyahu when the two of them were holding hands together as they slaughtered tens of thousands of innocent people. The articles that they cited to prove this point do not show him to be some kind of anti-war figure. They show him to be declaring their genocide a victory. It was never we've gone too far, it was mission accomplished. And the protests around that time had nothing to do with ending the war, they had everything to do with bringing the hostages back. What happens after that, Israelis couldn't give less of a fuck about, as poll after poll has shown they either do not care about or openly support the genocide and ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. So unless such an apology comes with, I was wrong, Yoav Gallant is not a moderating voice, he literally did the genocide, then once again, it's just lip service. There's an organization called Breaking the Silence that's IDF veterans that whistleblow and provide details about their time in service. This organization has produced some pretty harrowing stuff. I mean, obviously, you know, it's the Israeli military we're talking about. I'd rather have my house destroyed than see it in the state we're leaving it in. There were children in almost all the houses we were in. We knew it for sure because you could see children's clothes. It bothered me because they drew really sexual things, nudity, and it felt messed up to me. You get the area and clear it. We finish a place and a few days later, we're in the next place. It started with the houses that overlooked the border. In the end, the neighborhood was no longer standing. We essentially created a sterile strip where once there used to be fields, groves, all kinds of things, nothing, sterile. I got the impression that every house we passed on our way got hit by a shell, and houses farther away too. It was methodical. There was no threat. It's called retaining tension, that is, keeping Hamas unsure about when exactly we will be going in so that they are constantly thinking that we might be about to go in. It's called softening targets, and it's done also to clear a range for advancing. What this means in practice is that shells are being fired all the time. Details like this provide quite a bit of insight into what's actually happening there. If you're someone that's been following the footage of like every hour when an apartment building is blown up and thinking to yourself, what could ever possibly be the justification for that? Well, it's because stuff like this. Bombing for the sake of bombing. Killing people for the sake of killing people. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, according to the H3 Wikipedia, Gila Klein served in the IDF around 2005 in the Duchefat Battalion. That's where she was transferred when she participated in the illegal raid. I found a testimony on Breaking the Silence from that very same battalion and in that same time frame and the same area of Ramallah. Sometimes there were detained Palestinians waiting at our post. One of the detainees was cuffed with a zip tie and blindfolded. This was at a moment that there were no commanders at the post, so one soldier decided to go inside and beat him up. Just like that. The person walked in, shut the door behind him. Yes, there was almost nobody outside. At some stage, he gave up. I don't know, he didn't beat him up for too long, but let's say that if I had said to him, why are you beating him up? What are you doing? He would have continued hitting him. It was better to just shut up and wait for him to finish, and that's it. Gila Klein has never publicly revealed any of the specific details about her time helping illegally raid and kidnap Palestinians in the illegally occupied West Bank, but she should, because this is the sort of thing that her terrorist organization was.
You won't because they'll fucking kill her.
Sorry for glorifying the IDF as she
That's
was
why.
in her post, and she should help the world by telling the truth about what she saw. And
You won't say
she
anything
was
because
part
they'll
of
fucking
beyond
kill
the
her.
big
They'll
details
silence
that
her.
were provided. She won't do that, of course, because she doesn't regret her time there and does believe that this genocidal army is heroic and has consistently denied their role in the intentional mass slaughter of Palestinians, journalists, and so on. But someday she may try to pretend that she doesn't. So feel free to refer back to this series of clips when that happens. Hashtag Gila break the silence. Let's get that viral trending. Israel's actions against Iran have been taking up quite a bit of media coverage and turning what little attention remained on Gaza away from it and on to, you know, the sirens in Israel. This was certainly a part of the calculus for what Israel is now doing in Gaza, in some ways the most horrific acts of depravity we've seen yet. I'm talking about the death trap massacres.
What to fear more, bullets or hunger? Under fire yet again, crowds of desperate Palestinians waiting in the hope of collecting food from the new Israeli-backed aid scheme. 20 people were killed here in southern Gaza by Israeli soldiers today, according to local officials. Others managed to grab something to take home to their families. Hundreds of people are now said to have been gunned down in repeated incidents around the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation sites in the few weeks they've been operating.
These massacres are being facilitated by the IDF and the Gaza
Yep, totally not a genocide, everybody. No genocide going on.
The US and denounced
Everything
by
is
every
fine.
long-standing humanitarian aid organization that has operated in Gaza, who are all still being completely barred from entry. This organization, with Israeli and US help, is facilitating the use of starvation as a weapon of war. They're setting up so-called aid distribution centers in strategic military positions in the south to drive large crowds of starving Palestinians into cages for bags of flour that are a tiny fraction of what is actually needed to keep Palestinians in Gaza from starving to death, and they are then opening fire on them with guns, drones, and tanks. The footage from these massacres is some of the craziest shit I have ever seen. They're just straight up doing a death camp live on 4K video. There's so much footage of starving Palestinian people running for their lives to escape Israeli fire after running for their lives for a tiny shred of hope that they'll be able to get some flour so they don't starve to death. Flour that Israel is barring them from getting any other way. Israel has killed countless people, including many children. 50 people were killed yesterday. Dozens are being killed every single day.
كان كويس معي كتير بده يجيب مساعدات كنا بدنا ناكل فيش عنا ولا حاجة له راح له متصاب جبناه على المستشفى استشهد هذا اليوم العالم لو خالي قال له يلا يا خال لهو رفع راسه اجى طلق له وارتمى على الارض.
The pretext for these massacres is, you guessed it, it's Hamas, a claim which you probably also guessed is meritless. Netanyahu recently just admitted to backing the ISIS-linked criminal gangs in Gaza that have repeatedly looted aid operations under the protection of the IDF. This has been reported for well over a year now, but Netanyahu just straight up admitted to it. This didn't stop Ethan Klein from quoting the organization that's facilitating these massacres.
All that dude is doing is lying.
Yes, he actually shared this post. It's direct propaganda from the genocidal state, and it's death trap massacre committing orchestration. Stalwart ally to the Palestinian cause, by the way. Israel's backing of these groups has been dubbed Operation Total Madness, as what we are seeing now is the final stage of Israel's final solution to the Gaza problem. Drive everyone out of Gaza and kill anyone that's left. So the reason people are making memes and jokes about World War III and not talking about this, one of the greatest crimes of our age that's being broadcast on social media every single day, is because that's exactly what Israel and the United States want us to be doing. So stop. Okay, so anyways, that's it for the video today. Just a short one. Real quick, a question some of you might have right now is, why are we still talking about these people? Can we be done? And I get it, and I partially agree, but also, I didn't realize.
That was refreshing. Irish? What?
Don't forget to check us out on Patreon, where you'll receive exclusive content to videos that are not available on YouTube. And for those of you that like the one video instead of the 2 video format, you get that as well.
Damn!
For $1. Bam! It's $1 a month.
Yep. I think we're cooler than a bag of Cheetos.
You can't even get that for $1.
Hey, that's true. Not hot Cheetos, though. Only like regular Cheetos.
So check us out on Patreon, guys. We hope to see you there. All right, guys, man. We jumping into Stoner Rock.
About time, right?
I feel like we need like a joint or something to like kick us all, man.
And we invade
It's legal, right?
Vegas, man, we should have rolled something up.
It's so funny, man. When every time I bring it up, my mother is like, "No, what'd you say? You know, no, you're not smoking weed." I'm like, "Mom,
Now pass me the yak.
I'm grown.
Now pass me the yak. Pass me the yak, though.
It's like, dude, gritty is way worse.
Exactly. Pass the Gabassier.
So on that note, we're venturing off into stoner rock, right? Another subgenre, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that we touched stoner rock.
I don't think so.
Sometimes it's difficult.
It
to
ain't
even-
stoner rock. Who keeps calling it that?
Also, everyone's definitions of what fits under what category is always different. But I think the vast majority of you will tell us that we haven't touched stoner rock yet. Based off of what we were reading on this, though, it sounds like it might be right up our alley. This particular request with Caius,
I
believe. I think that's hopefully we're saying it.
Caius, and you're wondering who they are. They were a band that the lead member of Queens of the Stone Age played in.
Stoner Doom as well. So it's a fusion genre that combines elements of heavy metal, doom metal, and psychedelic rock, acid rock. Their name references cannabis consumption.
Yeah, man.
Right? And the term desert rock is often used interchangeably with the stoner rock genre. So
Okay.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
Looks like it was founded by Caius is one of the bands that were like kind of the pioneers of this sound as well.
Yeah, okay.
Fu Manchu, California, Monster Magnet. Maybe we need to get to those guys as well. And Sleep. They're all other bands that pioneered the sound.
Have a
This
good
song came off of the album specifically. We don't do that enough. Like,
Yeah,
the
that's
albums.
true.
I feel bad sometimes. Welcome to Sky Valley by Caius, and this came out in 1994.
Yeah, man.
So this is an old school joint, man. Relatively.
Well, 94.
94 is old school, guys. I know. Some people in the comments like, that's not old school.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
But that's old school.
That is old school.
You know,
That
so
was a good time, though.
Yeah, it was. And
So-
so stoner rock in the 90s, we know that this was 94. We know that grunge was like, you know what I mean, on a decline after Kurt Cobain's death, at least from what a lot of you guys say. So this came out right when grunge was on a decline. So this is gonna be interesting.
All right, man.
Let's get into
Let's
it.
get into it, dude. Without further ado.
Caius Gardenia.
Oh yeah. I don't think they're gonna like it. Oh, maybe they're wrong.
I don't know, George. If stoner rock means it's gotta have a crazy, funky, raw, dirty ass groove, then I like it.
I've seen
I
this,
like
comment,
it.
or this request rather floating around the comments for a long time. Usually gets a decent amount of likes, and this really I can see why you guys would think that we would like this. And yeah, you're right. Yes.
Yeah, that's gotta.
There's a very simple answer to all of it. What is stoner rock? The continuation of Black Sabbath. There you go.
A nice
The
ass.
distortion in that.
Yeah.
Raw has a retro feel to it. But anyway.
It's
But
Black
I will
Sabbath.
say though, before we get back to it, it doesn't sound like you need to have a joint while you listen to it. I don't hear that yet. I don't hear like and maybe that's my own bias, guys, because when I hear the word stoner or I think stoner or anybody that smokes weed, I think of slow, lazy, lethargic, anything that has to do with not doing anything. So I thought this was gonna be like kind of a psychedelic. Psychedelic is another thing that I've always associated with weed. Like, yeah, you can't, all those crazy colors and those blinding swirls and shit, you know, like
Yeah.
Wayne's World and
Yep,
shit. I'm
I
like,
feel
yeah,
you.
I need to have a joint to really fully appreciate the weirdness that's going on. But I see no weirdness going on in this.
I don't.
see crazy, groovy,
Dirty as hell.
raw, dirty guitar sound. I love that distortion type of sound. It's just, it's nasty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and maybe that's just what it is, man.
Well,
With this subgenre.
Yeah, maybe, man. I don't know if this group just made it cool to smoke weed to their music. Maybe they set a certain, you know what I mean,
They
like a
set the tone
certain
to it.
precedent
Yeah.
with their music because it says desert rock. So I mean, this band started out here in Palm Desert, California, You know, so maybe they performed, maybe put on shows out in the desert. You know, they were just known for that, and you know, people typically may have smoked marijuana to their music. You know what I mean? Maybe it took up on a life of its own. I'm not sure.
Wasn't nothing else to do in the desert.
Yeah, see, you know what I'm saying? Desert rock. You know, we could just hang out, smoke weed in the desert. I don't know. Let us know in the comments, though, guys. But I'm not sure I agree with that, but I don't disagree with that. I guess I'm just taking it in. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep it going, guys.
It's Black Sabbath, man. That's all it is. It's just Black Sabbath. It's Black Sabbath without Ozzy.
He's rocking. Well, verse 1, it seems like this motherfucker's high as hell, or he's talking.
Yeah, Black Sabbath, the band.
You know, so to kind of answer your question,
I'm saying the music that they're playing, they call it stoner rock, but I'm like, at the end of the day, it's just Black Sabbath.
Take you down, one smoke
without Ozzy.
Around and around. Yep. Chrome mags, Chrome mags, a million drags, and never lags. An old transport queen, mama, you've never seen. So transporting him to another dimension of high, maybe. But it says here a purring motor, so maybe it's a double entendre with it smoking weed, almost acting as if it's like a powerful vehicle, taking you to another, sense of being high. So I think maybe that's what it is. Power booster. I'm talking to God and more. You know, I'm reading ahead on the lyrics, guys. I don't know where we're at, but because even in the outro, which we're reading ahead to, it says get back a rolling.
So rolling
another joint.
Rolling something.
Rolling something. You know what I'm saying? So Stoner Rock, maybe that's
because of the lyricism. It correlates to getting high.
Yeah. I'm sure that's probably a major part in why this is considered Stoner Rock.
But so far, groove-wise and musically, I'm not hearing. It doesn't correlate to drugs to me. It's just a smooth.
No, because Stoner Rock it really wasn't about drugs.
In the lead singer's voice, dude, that is super. I don't want to say soulful because I've said that before, but I think it's very just powerful, and it's almost like you ever listen to like down south music? People from the south, they just have an emotion when they sing, like in churches and things like that. It just seems like it's a different level of emotion that they pull from, you know. And it sounds like that.
Stuff from California.
Like the best vocalist in the world, but you don't need that when you're singing from a guttural and a emotional spot. You know what I'm saying? It's just more of a feeling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As
definitely
opposed
more
to just
organic. To your point, Ryan. Yeah, I love the way his voice sounds, man. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? So let's keep it going, though, man. We rocking out though. The bottom line is, it's a lot of what we like, man. It's distorted, heavy. To me, it feels heavy, rock heavy at least, not metal heavy. Metalheads, calm down. I'm not saying it's up there with my sugar, but it has a heaviness to it.
It does.
It's a smoothness to it, and it
feels
to me like
Black Sabbath.
Sort of, coming off of grunge. It still feels like there's some influence of grunge.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute, they are kind of right about that grunge because like they kind of came out of that era. So there's definitely a grunge influence. Black Sabbath. You can hear it, man.
Shaft. You're goddamn right. Is that part right here? You're goddamn right.
Yeah, damn
feels like this could be
over.
Shut your mouth.
Over.
That's what you were looking for, right? He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Yeah.
But even before, you know what I'm saying? The way they play the guitar. Oh, let's keep it. Let's just keep that in the video. Why not?
I know what you're talking about.
It's not how it's
All right, I'm done. Yeah,
that's hot though.
That is. That's iconic.
Isaac Hayes is what I'm talking about. Just not just Isaac Hayes. Exactly.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm sorry.
We're playing Isaac Hayes now.
It sounded like Mississippi Queen to me at parts.
Mississippi Queen.
It gave me it gave me that vibe, you know. And I don't know what is that classified as again? That's not stoner metal, obviously.
I just thought that was Southern rock.
Yeah.
It's Southern rock. It's not really metal.
Sounds. It has
blues rock too.
Yeah. See, it's confusing. Man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's tough.
But but one thing that I like about that is those long, powerful riffs, and it almost like the drums when you hear that boom, and they just kind of let it roll out. It's almost like the rest of the music is like subdued, and it almost gives it gives the guitar time to kind of like linger out, if that's the best way to describe it. I just love the way that sounds, you know?
It sounds hot.
Yeah, I love the way that shit sounds.
I just love how the bass makes me feel. It just gives it so much attitude to me.
Yeah.
Kind of that 70s sort of R&B funk texture to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it had that like it feels like it's like my theme song. I could throw some bell bottoms on right now. Walk down the street with the fish in the shoe. Like, oh, I'm gonna get you sucker.
I'm gonna get you sucker. Yeah. Feel like man, he walking on an aquarium.
That's a horrible movie now.
Yeah, no,
I used to
please
love
don't.
that.
That's black exploitation, man. Please omit that from the video.
That's actually what it is.
Yeah. We do not.
Like it's actually making fun of the black exploitation.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, yeah, really loving this one though, man. It's just smooth. It's a lot of things to me. I'm getting a retro 70s feel.
Yeah.
I'm also getting certain R&B funk elements in it. I'm getting the slowness.
Southern.
Yeah, the southern rock
too.
elements, especially how he's singing, and I feel I can hear the doom in terms of the pace in this. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is cool, man. This is probably more than likely gonna be making playlists, man.
I'm shocked. I didn't think they would be in the tires.
Hear that bass though? Yeah. The bass is going on right here. They are. Let's run that back, man.
Yeah, that's.
But that's you know that's exactly what it is. But it's like I like the distortion just because I think just maybe partial to distortion in music, at least in rock. I just kind of like how that sounds.
In rock. I'm glad you said that.
But exactly, because Ryan doesn't like that shit in hip hop. But
Yeah, it sounds like shit in hip hop.
I understand someone maybe being turned away from this because of the distortion, because it seems to be covering up some stuff, man.
A lot of other things is going on.
Yeah, man, because I really like how that bass.
Even the vocalist.
Even the vocalist, yeah.
Because it's but it's supposed to be grungy
it
like
is,
that.
and I like it.
I mean,
I like
if that's
it,
the right
but,
word for it, grungy.
You know, looking from a different perspective, I can see how someone at criticism being like, it just seems like it's a bit much. It's
like
covering
muddy
up.
a little bit.
Yeah, a little muddy.
Yeah. And
it's not leaving way for overall just audio clarity.
Yeah.
To really decipher it. But I like it though.
I like it grungy like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Dirty.
But I say that to say that the bass, I was just like, ooh, you know, I mean, I've said that the bass has been good, but I really like what he was doing right in this part right here. So let's bring it back a little bit, man, because he was definitely going off.
Yeah, it was.
Or she, because I don't know. I don't know who the members are. I don't want to assume.
Thank you.
Oh.
I'm sorry, one more time. I gotta stop it one more time. This is nasty, right? I love this breakdown, man. So it's almost like a southern rock band was at a forum of some sort or a venue, and a jazz band showed up. I was like, yeah, man, you know what? Come on in here. Let's just create some magic together. That's what that sounds like. You know what I mean? Because this breakdown is nasty. It is so funky. It is so nasty.
Let's keep it going, man.
Oh, they love it. Good for them. I mean, Caius. Oh god, yeah, that bass.
But how does this coupled with the bass?
Exactly. Doesn't that sound like two different bands? Like, you know what? Go ahead, man. Get your jazz shit off, man. But I'm gonna infuse this this metal right. And like, you know, like, when the bass is in there, that shit sound fly. It's just like, man, come on, man. Let's do it. You know?
Yeah, let's groove out. Let's jam out.
Yeah, you know.
Let's keep it going.
Oh man, I can't change the Meow. At least they picked a good song. it's fucking Black Sabbath with some funk. Except not singing about the devil or anything like that. Yeah, that's the difference.
Everyone is, don't get me wrong, I love the way he ended that. He's like, motherfucker! It's like almost like y'all don't back. Yeah. At the end, he was like, motherfucker. It's almost like that was like the last stamp to put on this damn song because it's so raw and it's so. I can imagine in 1994, it was probably just different from what people were used to.
The first time I heard it in 95.
That I always kind of take a look at when I'm looking at music, man, is
At a party, yeah, was that bunch of friends of mine played it.
Things going on in that song, guys. If I could sit
Like, this is the best shit ever, man. I'm like,
kind of bring that to light, man. But
to be real, back then I wasn't really feeling it.
Things as you alluded to in the video. But one thing that I really liked a lot, man, especially towards the ending of that song, is the electric guitarist. Yeah. How he was like, he or she, you know, well, look at it. Josh Holmes. There we go. That's what it looks like. That was the guitarist there. The way he was able to complement what was going on in the music, all of them did their thing. Don't get me wrong. The way he just complimented everything was just infusing little.
Unfortunately, that band will never get back together again because of Josh Holmes.
It's almost like he was, it's almost
Home
like the
Away.
guitar was ad-libbing to the regular music. You know how vocalists, they'll sing a song that you've heard many a times, and then you'll hear them ad-lib.
Oh, man, I had to talk to the dude on that.
Like he was doing with the fucking guitar. Yeah. That's what that reminded me of. Yeah.
That's what you're talking about? Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
nasty, man.
this shit is crazy. So I really like that song a lot, man. There's so many elements in there, man. And but yeah, I really enjoyed that, guys. I know I'm gonna let you take it home, man. I'm a little too hyped right now.
No, dude, I really enjoyed that, though. I think it deserves everything you just said. You know? When you had mentioned Too Young, you know the metal and rock communities, man, are a different type of situation because I see a lot of young kids that truly do go back and listen to old school.
That's true.
Rock and metal and appreciate it, which is what I want to see more on the hip hop.
Yeah,
but that's
what I'm saying. They don't really do that in hip hop.
The bassist.
Just like everybody did, Brian said, everybody did their thing. Scott Reeder's the MVP, man. The bassist in this song, man, he set the tone.
Yeah.
He got funky with it.
He did.
I'm saying just what he was able to do in between the how it was being accentuated there.
Yeah.
With Josh Holmes. Scott Reeder, man, was getting so nasty on that bass, man, and it almost was overshadowed by that distortion. Like I heard the bass and I knew it was there, but man, when the song sort of died down a little bit and they got into that groove that we were talking about, where it kind of sounded like Shaft a little bit, I was able to really hear what was going on, man, and I really appreciated just the attitude. You know, it gave it character, you know, throughout the entire song. Like I feel like it's just when I think of this song, when I come away from it, I'm gonna say, dude, that was just some cool ass shit. That's just the bottom line. It just felt cool, and it did feel original. It felt like a crossroads between maybe slightly doom. I'm hearing more so 70s, like more of a modern take on instead of that 70s groove. You know, a little bit of R&B, a little bit of funk. It just felt like him doing it. Just felt like a crossroads. Like the R&B, all that shit just had a baby, and it fucking. That's what Max Kelly said. All that shit had a baby, and it gave way to Stoner Rock. So shout out to Scott Reeder. Shout out to everybody though.
Yeah, that was incredible.
The drumming was cool too, man. The drumming was well timed and well placed.
And to your point,
playlist, by the way.
Yeah, to your point, you take anything away from this song, and it loses the character. It loses, especially the bassist. To your point, you take that away and listen to the song without that, it loses a little bit of its identity. So I agree with you. I think everyone did their thing, and they it was just such a beautiful fusion.
Yeah.
That they
man.
created.
This was cool.
You know,
this was well overdue. I could tell that this was something that we probably should have got to a little bit sooner. It just seems like a little bit more, closer. I don't like saying up our alley. Like, we like a lot of shit. Yeah. So I don't want to say up our alley, but it does tend to check boxes that we typically like. But we are willing to expound on those boxes, guys. So shout out to everybody that requested that, has been requesting that song for so long on YouTube, Patreon, all of our platforms. That was dope. That's playlist for me. I don't know. Yes, sir. Playlist for Ryan.
Ditto.
Give us some other suggestions for not only Caius and other stoner rock bands. We'll kind of touch some other stuff. And that's it. If you guys enjoyed that, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, guys, we have a Patreon channel. If you're interested, it will allow you to get exclusive access to our content. The link for that will be in the description.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. That was a good video. You like the tires? Caius. Peace. Oh, here's fucking Black Sabbath right here.
Don't forget to check us out on Patreon, where you'll receive exclusive content to videos that are not available on YouTube. And for those of you that like the one video instead of the 2 video format, you get that as well.
Bam!
For $1. Bam! It's $1 a month.
Yep. I think we're cooler than a bag of Cheetos.
You can't even get that for $1.
Hey, that's true. Not hot Cheetos, though. Only like regular Cheetos.
So check us out on Patreon, guys. We hope to see you there. What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
Shaking, guys. Man, how you living out there, man? Shout out to the free thinkers.
Yeah, man. We're trying to keep you guys entertained, man. We're just trying to bring some kind of enjoyment through a hard time. And it's a difficult time, so we understand that, guys. So we just wanted to,
stay safe, stay healthy out there as well, guys. To all of our subs out there, man. Good thing though about this whole happening here is that we don't all of our obligations outside the channel have now ceased.
Can't go out and work.
So now we can do videos.
So we can do videos all the time. So that's like looking at the glass half full instead of half empty, right?
Hey. So Black Sabbath, because we just like Black Sabbath. Because I want to at this point get a Black Sabbath T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
check out the other Black Sabbath songs that we've done.
Yep.
The War Pigs, which was fire. Oh, dude, we love that song. Well, what we're gonna do? 2, 3, 4 songs by them. I think what we should do, man. Let's get a little bit more subscriber participation in this, man.
Let's do it.
So maybe we could just kind of like hit you with this. We'll start to Into the Void because that was a really big request. And maybe we'll get like your feedback. Do we keep going with them? Or maybe you decide like, man, you know what? Let's start a new marathon with a new group. And maybe we'll put it in your hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I have a feeling that we're gonna get a lot of people. I feel like the Black Sabbath fans are gonna overpower anyone else that would be opposed to us continuing Black Sabbath. But so I'm not mad at it though. I have a good feeling that we're going to thoroughly enjoy doing Black Sabbath.
To be honest with you, we could do this shit the whole fucking quarantine.
Seriously.
To be honest with you. It's the whole quarantine, I could just do Black Sabbath. But
yeah, so we just were looking for an excuse to get back to them.
Yeah, man.
Get back to the essence. You know what I'm saying? And Black Sabbath sort of defines the essence of metal, man. The pioneers of it. So let's get into it. Without further ado, man. Black Sabbath, Into the Void. Fire.
Already, right?
Fire.
I told you, man. Already.
That was. I think you jumped the gun a little too soon on that.
No, I'm confident. The way they have their guitarist tone, the tone, because I was saying like, how they have it tuned on Patreon. Y'all
the tone and the distortion type of sound to it.
Tone, fire. All right, that's it. This is a safe bet. Always, Black Sabbath is always a safe bet. Start that back up.
That's a good bet, though. That's a good bet.
Well.
shit is so like dirty. It sounds like the distortion is so like
overwhelming.
Yeah, it's so dominant that it sounds like it's like about to blow a speaker or blow. You know what I'm saying? That the shit's about to break. It sounds so grimy and so like
some shit got
untuned, you know. but it's in a good way. I know that sounds like I'm clowning it in a bad way. I love the way that sounds, but it sounds like they're about to break the damn speaker or the guitar or something because it's so like tuned so. The distortion in it is so
prevalent.
Yeah, man, it's just pronounced. It's very, very dominant. But I like it though. I like it though.
I love how nasty this shit sound, boy. Let's keep it going.
Oh man.
What you stopping for? The vocals or the musically is just hot?
That transition.
Yeah, that's just hot. Yeah, okay.
It's just I don't know, man.
When they came out of that transition and went into this, it just got me in a groove that was just so funky and so like. I mean, because I hear the obviously it's metal, right? And you hear the metal aspect, but I hear the blues
is there
in it too. It's just so freaking fly and just
it's
dope.
sick.
Yeah, it's just dope. Yeah, the way it rocks you into it. Now, I will say though, I mean, we talked about Ozzy's vocals before, but why does it seem like it's overly pronounced here? It sounds like it's very, very
nasally, maybe.
I don't know what it is because I've heard other songs by them, obviously with Black Sabbath, and when he's been on his own solo projects as well. It's not so. The only way I can, it's not so Kermit the Frog-ish. It's not so like, you know, it's very
Kermit the Frog.
Well, I mean,
Kermit the Frog.
I put it all. Okay, maybe Kermit the Frog is probably not the best representation of his voice, but it's very.
What are you saying about Ozzy, man?
Mike Bibby-ish? I don't know.
But Mike Bibby sounds exactly like Kermit the Frog. Mike Bibby made another shot. Makes another appearance on the channel for all the wrong reasons.
No, shout out to Mike Bibby.
Mike Bibby's a basketball player, metalhead.
Yeah,
he
but
used to play for the Sacramento Kings.
But it
has an interesting voice. Google or YouTube.
Everybody's Googling Mike Bibby's voice now. But the bottom line I'm trying to make is I'm going way off the rails here, guys, so I apologize. But other songs that I've heard from Black Sabbath, it doesn't seem like his voice is so distracting. Or maybe the groove was so funky and War Pigs and shit like that I was like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
That to me still, it kind of sounds the same in this to me, but.
That's pretty damn good though. That's pretty good.
Right before that, yeah.
Now I can't unhear it. You ruined it. They kind of ruined it for me now, because now I hear what they're talking about. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Ah. Oh. Oh my god. Oh no, not this guy. No, 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 no. That guy's fucking videos will be all my fucking algorithm now. You know, I don't like fighting games. I was born in 1995. Shut up. Ugh. Let's see what's going on here. The fucking Fantera, dude! Bro, why do you have two big fucking... I'm not gonna... I got a feeling this is, gotta be Photoshop, right? Yeah. Yeah. Hey kids! Hey millennials, remember Sonic? Remember Sonic? Actually, this is not the Sonic I remember though. This is the Sonic I grew up with. Oh, that's weird. That doesn't let you do... Name. Oh, wait a minute. Where am I? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, this is the old... whatchamacallit, don't I? Yeah. Alright, hold on. I kind of hate that. Like, you have to go and talk to somebody to go back to the original zone. The original timeline zone. Um, I think I'm gonna switch that to survival. Let's see. Sentinel Pat Leader. Pat Leaders have a 4-deep bond with their animal. What the hell? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Alright, you're back. What? No, I'm good, dude. I'm not even like bothering with that stuff. It's cool. I'm just casually leveling. Oh. Damn, I need like where the hell is my damn shit at? Hold on. Also, my chat is not like. Hold on, I gotta fix chat. Why is that all weird looking? Alright. Well, there's the problem. The fucking font color. Put through. How's that looking now? Better. I can read it. Better. I can read it now. Look at that. This is what I don't get, Blizzard. Why can't you remove concussive shot from the survival spec. I don't understand that. Interesting. I hope nobody kills me while I'm sitting here. Hmm. I don't even have that? Well. I need a weapon. Alright. I'm here to desecrate the flame. And that's that. And is this out here? Oh, nice. Well, I had a bathroom.
Hi. See you soon.
Damn, you got like 4,000 experience for that. See, that was, I wanted to see how much, like, experience that actually ramped. Yeah, I got 2 boxes out of that, 2 bars. Ain't bad. I don't give a shit. Thank you.
Safe travels.
$17,000, yeah, damn. Not bad. Alright, I guess that's all of it? Is that all? Is that all of them? Let me see. No, there's one over here. Uh-oh. Hey, is this post? Oh, it is. Alright.
Well met. Farewell.
Got it anyway, bitch!
Prices here are reasonable.
Yeah, he hit me once and it took me... Well, hey, man. I get it? Yeah, I got it. Fuck him. No, wait, I didn't get it. What the fuck? Ow! The flame went off. That's the bullshit, what that is. Oh, they don't fucking attack me. Was it? They changed that? And if they hadn't. What the hell? What the fuck? The flames just kill you now? How the hell are you supposed to do this? I don't know. Fuck it. I'm not gonna bother with it. I don't know why it's doing that, and I don't know what they changed, and you know what? I don't care. Okay. I just lost all my bucks on that. First of all, I don't have a bear. What the hell would I have a bear? Two. Damn. So, are there no flame things? Really? It's the Earthers don't celebrate summer, huh? Alright. Whatever. Not any of that in the capital. I guess they made it so now that you can't just fucking go in and do it. How the hell are you supposed to... That's how... Yeah, no, I'm like... You're supposed to distinguish the enemy flame in the capital without dying to the flame. The flame does like 300,000 damage and kills you. Let me see, what the hell was Wowhead say? They obviously they changed some shit. Enchant formula that wait, whoa, this is now teaching you how to perform the Death Frost enchant. Cause your damaging spells and melee up and basically inflict. Whoa! I'm gonna need that. Drop that shit on a fucking, you know, what do you call it? Okay. Oh, they updated the Flame Keeper here. Ooh, I like that. Didn't really change a whole lot, but they did add a couple of new things to it. I'm trying to find out what the fuck happened to the flame shit now, like, cause now it's like a one-hit kill. There's no, what do you know? Nobody talking about it. What do you know? Alright, whatever. Asshole. Fuck asshole. And they really made queuing for these dungeons like there's not, the queues are very long. Like unreal how long they are. Which is weird because normally, like I know that they made the time walking dungeons like a little more harder, but like beforehand they were people used to use them a lot for like leveling ults. Now the queues are like fucking insanely long. It's like as if I guess nobody's doing that now. Where's the flame, trying to find the flame shit. Well, let me, turn this in. Yeah, it's weird. What? Oh, fuck me, it's still sending me there? What the hell, Blizzard? God damn. Oh man, it's 3 o'clock. I gotta... Hold on. Be right back. Dude, are you missing one? Hold on. Yeah, that one of me dinner early. Hotel though, like I watched someone. I was like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Alright, I'm gonna go. And it's almost 4 o'clock. I'm gonna eat my dinner right now. I'm not in. Cause I don't really know. I'm hungry. But I'll be back later.